Hello everybody, been a couple days since I made a video. Today is April 14th, 2018. It's my day 1.337 and been a little over 2 weeks, 2 weeks and 3 days since I've had GCS. So if you want to kind of put a timestamp on things. Just kind of, this is more of a blog entry. Oh, I'm gonna cry again. I don't know why, but today has just been cry day. Cry day, cry day. I'm trying not to cry. Which I'm happy to cry. If that makes any sense. I'm happy to feel like I can get the emotions out, but today has definitely been a cry day. And usually cry, like sadness cry, and I'm still trying to figure out why. Yesterday was an awesome day. Had friends over, we painted minis, and my thinking from this morning was just today was like the day after Christmas. You know, I had so much excitement and fun and a lot of effort and energy put into making what I hope was a successful dinner party type thing, and I think I'm hoping it was. All indications is it was fun for everybody. We all had a good time, etc., etc. But so today is like the day after Christmas, and I'm not too sure. I woke up and it was like I went and had a cup of coffee, and a cat came up next to me, and I just grabbed the cat, and the cat, nuzzled up to me, and I just cried, and the cat looked at me like, I know, baby, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, baby. And so I've had two crying jags since then, and I managed to get up to speed on my dilations and get myself dressed and cleaned and makeup and everything. So I mean, I'm trying to. When I was younger, I took a Dale Carnegie course, and Dale Carnegie says if you act enthusiastic, you're going to be enthusiastic, and I just don't have that gumption today to do that. So I have resolved to live up to a pre-surgical diet temptation. I'm going to order Pizza Hut and have wings, okay? So I should be, from a very visceral point of view, in about 30 minutes, I should be in a good state. And I'm hoping maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I can't. I wish I knew what the problem was. I don't. And I've thought about it and everything. So for the blog's point, I just am sharing with it some emotions. I have my estrogen shot tomorrow, so I don't think that's it. Just I feel very sad today. Why? Don't know. Do we need a reason? Not really. Tonight is a Trans Women National meeting, which I would like to go to. We'll see. I have a prior commitment, and if that falls through, then I will make a beeline for that, because I think it'd be good to go. And maybe that's what I need, is just to be. A very wise woman once said, her name is Tess Graham, Elizabeth Graham, and she once said that one of the reasons why she had liked going to the TWN meeting is because she knew when she walked in the room that everyone else in that room knew exactly how she had felt, what she was going through. They could identify with it. It was a hands up type thing, support. And maybe that's what I need. I don't know. I really don't. I wish I did. I don't. So let's get off of my emotional. So how are things going? All right, we'll align the chakras, balance out the vapors, the fluids. Hold your breath, cross your. What did Mary Poppins say? Or Bert was like, give it a wink, give it a think, and go forward with it. So what's happening here on the old 337? Well, let's talk about surgery, because I think that's part of my funk to a certain degree. Is I am still healing, which is awesome. Um, but I think as the swelling goes down, that's great. As more sensation comes in, I mean, the pain is still there. It's not like pain as in, I have to chew on a belt, I have to chew on a piece of leather because it's so much painful. It's just discomfort. And, to sit in a chair, you're sitting right smack dab on the intersection of all those incisions. Now, I will say this. All of the light colored stitches have popped or left me of their own accord. I didn't say anything mean to them. They just, boom, time to go. And so that tells me that the incision is healed or in a state of healing, that the sutures are escaping. And then yesterday, during dilation, I felt a slight pop, and out came a darker one. So I think that is my body has, the incisions are pretty damn meshed, and so the dark ones are now coming up to the surface and making their escape. So that's kind of cool. I do go, and I've been meaning to do this, and I guess I might as well just do it now, because otherwise I won't do it. I meant to look on the calendar and just see where we're at. Today's the 14th. So in 3 days' time, I go and I see my endocrinologist, which will be good. If this funk continues, that maybe there's something wrong with my meds as far as the progesterone or the estrogen. I mean, we need to recalibrate that, right? And then I have my GCS follow-up on Friday. So 5 or 6 days from now will be that. And I think at that appointment is when, if there's any other outstanding black, the darker threads, the darker stitches, I think they'll be removed. And I almost feel like I'll heal better once they're gone. Only in that, in the motion of dilating, you can feel the pull on the skin a little bit, and it was necessary, when they took the scrotum, okay, and they made an incision on one side and the incision on the other, and then they put them together. You needed to have that stitch to keep the skin together. Well, now the skin has merged or healed to a certain degree, and now it's, if it had no stitch, it's not going to fly open like it would initially. And so, again, I think now it's like when your skin is malleable and it has that little dark stitch in it that reminds it, I don't know, it's just a little bit of pain. And I'm hoping that, like I said, on Friday they'll remove those. And I've also felt there's some stitches inside. If you were to look, somewhere, if you were to look inside along one of the edges, I think there's some stitches in there that, again, as part of the dilation, that pile driving feeling, it rubs against that, and that causes some friction, and you can just tell it's. I think my body knows it's a foreign object, and not that the big old piece of plastic is not a foreign object, but I think my body knows the stitch needs to go. So I think that'll do it. I'm feeling a little better. Maybe that's all I needed to say, was talk about it. But my hope is that will, and then at that point, it's just a matter of continuing to dilate, and I'll supposedly have an appointment with a physical therapist to do with pelvic stuff. So that's that. So things are progressing with the surgery recovery effort. And I think I made a mention the other day about mentally, it frustrated me that I couldn't masturbate. And I think that is still prevalent. I think it bothers me. And let me say this, and then I'm up front. I'm gonna say it's something that I would get offended if I heard it. So I'm gonna preface it with that, but I'm gonna say it anyway. There's a part of me that's kind of pissed off that I have undergone GCS and I can't masturbate yet. And as terrible as that sounds, it's in the future, it's in the cards. I understand I have to heal and whatnot, but there's part of me that's like, I want to feel that orgasm. You know what I mean? And sticking a 8-inch piece of plastic down the hole does not lend itself to that. It doesn't. It's hard. And then I will say this. I mean, I know there's progress with my healing and whatnot because my mommy parts swell. When I'm stimulated, okay, the blood rushes in and things tense up. And again, that's I think that's supposed to be that way when you do have intercourse. That's that the tension that grabs onto whatever you're sticking down there. I think that's progress. But then it hurts because where I think a penis would be malleable and stretchable and flexible, the big old piece of plastic is not. It's a rod. So anyway, just sharing. I'm sharing what's happening. I'd be lying to you otherwise. So my hope is that will clear. But that's kind of been a downer, but I know in time it will work out. You just have to run with me in the current moment. If today was the last day of your life, you'd be like, but I haven't masturbated yet. I haven't experienced an orgasm yet. And like I said, I hope that will come. I will come. Okay. But and I really think that's just about it. That's all I can really say at this point. And the last complaint in mind, like I said, I know it's part of the healing process. I know this is not the end all be all. That the future is still ahead of me, etc., etc., etc. Knock on plastic. So I think really that's it. So like I said, I think my mood swing, if I had to gauge it again, it would be some of that post-Christmas let down, a little bit of nervousness, which I guess really we haven't talked about, is I haven't gotten like the final bill yet for my surgery, and I'm kind of like holding on reserves for that. And we have a phone call, so let me pause this and we'll see. Oh, life is wonderful, isn't it? A phone call will change your life. Yeah. All right. I'm taking that phone call as to quit your bitching and get off your ass. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we will move on, and try to remember what I was wrapping up with. I haven't gotten the final bill yet, and I guess I'd kind of like to be able to make some plans. And I'm very thankful not to have the final bill yet. Don't get me wrong, but the raw amount was, I think, around $55,000. Okay. If you didn't have insurance and you had to pay cash, that would be the amount. Now that said, have insurance, and it's probably going to be more like $5,000 when all's said and done. Okay. All right, but I'm going to get off my ass and get moving. If you act enthusiastic, be enthusiastic, I hope. So on that note, my friends, I will sign off and get my butt moving, and I will stop feeling sorry for myself. How about that? Till next time, I wish you all good luck in becoming the best version of yourself as you define it. Enjoy your ride, enjoy our journey, and till next time, bye-bye. Good luck.